Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program, fuckers. And today's a very, very important day. I've been meaning to do this video for so long now, and it's for Andrew Newton. And he's a very, very patient fucker. And I am sorry. Archie was suffering from buyer's remorse with the seller's remorse with the annual calendar. He had the Fiji vacation. Archie's just come back away from a weekend at the coast. And without further ado, we've got to cover this man's purchasing decisions. And it's a long story. So I'd like to firstly say, I am sorry it sort of dragged on here, fucker. But let's have a look. It's been a difficult situation that he's been involved with, and I've been wanting to put my head around the transaction. And he's basically, look, he's I'll come back, I'll tell you the story. He goes, "Hi Archie, hope you're well. Thank you for taking on this review, and I hope it gives the fuckers some good watching. I've been watching Archie Luxury for a few months now. It's become a part of my daily routine to watch the show. I very much admire the honesty you put out there despite what some people have to say about the comments. Now to my Rolex addiction. I remember at the beginning of the year you published a video about Tag Heuer and how they were using the Seiko movement. I was gutted to hear this as I looked down at my caliber 16 day date. Although I knew it was an ETA, at least it was a Swiss-based machine. Don't get me wrong, Seiko are a great movement if you want bang per buck piece, but I'm fucked if I want anything to do with their movements in a $5,000 retail watch. I had the watch for about 4 years and paid £1,650 for it. He bought it new directly from a friend who works at McLaren F1 team. I think at the time it retailed about the $2,750 mark. That's £2,750. That weekend I managed to sell the tag for $1,500. On a trade-in on a GMT Master 2, which I paid £4,200 for. Most second-hand dealers had these for £4,500, so I was getting a decent deal. After a month or so, I was thinking about getting a Sea Dweller, but while on the lookout, the Night and Day GMT came up and I managed to guide down to $49.50. The cheapest I could find at the time was $55. Blah, blah, blah. I then took the black GMT back to the watch dealer I originally purchased it from and managed to get my money back on the promise I would buy another watch that day. This is where I picked up the Sea Dweller. This is my favourite piece. I can't give you a reason why. It just seems to be the one I wear day to day. If you look at the pics, you see the Sea Dweller is the transitional model from 1999. Okay, fair enough there. Now to the Daytona. At this point, I had my day-to-day diver's watch and a GMT movement, but was missing a chronograph. And I've always liked a Daytona. Again, a solid watch, full of history, and if you buy right, you can always get your money back or even make a profit. I'll be looking for my next piece in 3 to 4 months, and I would be interested in your suggestions. Maybe a Reverso Grand. Again, thanks for reading and reviewing. So, there we go. He's sort of, the collection itself, he got rid of his Tag, which, I mean, Tag is a great stepping stone watch. It's good to get rid of it. And, he's got some really nice Rolex in the collection. That's the plural of Rolex. And, quite a nice selection of Rolex then. You can't go wrong with that. But wait, fuckers, there's more. Wait, there is more. He's come out there. He's also, he's come back to me, and he says to me, he's what the fuck's he's doing here? He went to a what the fuck's he doing? Let's having a look here. Now, in more recent times, this is what's happened. Okay, listen to this. Just to let you know, I went for the white gold Daytona, picking it up tomorrow. Gee, this is a big ask. A very, very big ask. And he says, you're asking for sponsors for this. Okay, he's donated some money. That's great. Thank you. Also, here is a twist in my story. I may be swapping the Sea Dweller and the Daytona for a white gold one, a 116519 Daytona. Is this a good deal? The Daytona and Sea Dweller owe me £10,750 altogether, but the seller wants $11,750 for the gold Daytona. What do I think of it? Do you think I should hold on to the Sea Dweller as it's a Swiss style, or blah, blah, blah? Okay, very, very interesting questions there. He's asking these questions, and he's become a bit of a flipper. He's bought and sold. Archie, the shitty tag is gone. This is June 27. This is an update. The shitty tag is gone. I sold the steel Daytona and the Sea Dweller to get the white gold Daytona on alligator, and I've also kept the blue-black GMT. So just the two now, I'm afraid. So I guess just review them, but maybe let people know how about the change of watches to get a reaction on the comments. I'm interested in what you think I should get next. I am starting to miss the Sea Dweller a bit. I love the white gold Daytona, but it's not an everyday watch, so I'm using the GMT as a basher. I would like another steel watch, so I have a choice in any day-to-day watch. I think every collection should have at least 3 watches. So what's next? I love the Milgauss. I prefer to stay with Rolex, as I have always made money on them. I'm about to turn 30. I own a successful company in Surrey, London. I mostly dress smart, casual. I'm into motorsports, travelling, mongering, shooting. I go shooting often. Love a cigar. He's a man's man. A bloke's bloke. He's like Archie. And just ignore the mongering bit. I just added that in for a bit of humour, fuckers. And yeah, so Archie took so long to do this fucking review, he swapped a lot of these watches around. Hey, fuckers, this is what happens. It's what happens. So let's have a bit of a think about this here. Let's have a bit of a think about it. What do I think? What do I want to say? What do I want to add to that, fuckers? Well. So let's have a look. Let's look at the core basics in this argument here. He's had a lot of fun. He started off with a tag. Then he went to a steel GMT ceramic. He had the Sea Dweller transitional, which would be non-ceramic. He had the steel Daytona white dial, and he had the GMT black and blue ceramic. He sold the Sea Dweller and the Daytona, and he got a gold, white gold Daytona. Okay, so he's asking, okay, what do I think? Man, what do I think? Well, look, a white gold Daytona is a fucking classy piece. You could never say it's common. You could never say it's pedestrian. It's a fucking knockout, okay? It's like my white gold Calatrava. It's a piece you should keep forever. The ceramic GMT, that's a great modern classic. That's a great piece for your traveling type solution. So you've got a Daytona, you've got a GMT type watch. So you've got a chronograph and you've got a travel piece. You're missing, you need, I'm going to say this, you need a dive watch. Because you think about it, what are the sports watches? Dive watch, you got a GMT type watch and a chronograph. That's the three key ingredients. What would I recommend? Okay, because you have gone for the white gold Daytona. I think you're a white metals man. Nothing wrong with that. Archie's the same. I got rid of... I've crossed over, but I've come back. I would really say, I reckon, in your collection there, I'd possibly look at about a year 2000 no-date sub. Like mine. Just like the one I'm wearing here, fuckers. A 14060. The Milgauss is just a Oyster Perpetual. It's not the same function as a it's not the same function as a dive watch. So I would be saying in your position there, you need a dive watch, okay? I don't think you want two-tone. Two-tone's lovely. Greg Kinder's got a two-tone, but I reckon in your collection, steel, no date. That gives you a no-date sub. It gives you a modern GMT master, and it gives you, as a fuck-off piece, the white gold Daytona. I think that's a great collection to have there. And I'd probably say you'd be adding a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso down the track, either a grand size piece, like my Reverso Grand Date, or a tribute to 1931 would be super, super cool. So, great collection. What do I think of your collection? It's got substance. It's got legs, okay? A white gold Daytona is a very, very rare piece. So, I can't criticize it. I reckon at a 10 there, it's got the substance. That's a really classic piece. You've got to get something that you love. What do I think of your decision there? See, personally, I'm having the same dilemma. I really like the two-tone Submariner, the blue two-tone. Should I swap my no-date sub plus my Explorer 2, and I could get a two-tone bluesy? But I'd like to keep them in steel there. See, for me, I've chosen the white gold in the Patek, the dress watch. That's not to say that Daytona isn't a fuck-off look, because, look, society is casualized. No one wears ties now. You know, it's not the same as before. And I got to admit, you know, occasions where I can wear the Patek are getting few and far between. So, I think the Daytona is a fantastic fuck-off piece. The GMT is a great, great piece. Add a no-date sub. Or if you don't want a no-date, go for the date in steel. But that's what I'd be doing. Those three key pieces. And as a fourth one, I'd be looking at something with a bit of horology. A Reverso. You know, that's what I'd be looking at. That's just my opinion. So, fuckers, I'd just like to say to Andrew, I'm so sorry for taking so fucking long. Yeah, sorry about that. If there's any other videos I haven't made for people, just send me an email to remind me. I've actually got a bit of a backlog. I've had a few dramas in my life, so I'm actually coming to them now. So, fuckers, there you go. That's my word. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you fuckers think of that. Nice one, Archie. Good to see you doing reviews again.
We specialize in the repair of Rolex and Patek Philippe watches. We've been doing the same thing for more than 25 years. We have Rolex technicians certified by Rolex who actually used to work for the company for many years, like if we're doing the work on the factory. We completely disassemble the watch and we put it to work like brand new condition. When you get the pre-owned watch, it's like if you're getting a brand new unit. The only difference is the money.